Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
Episode number 2. Here we go.
Episode 2.
Slight different scenery.
Oh yeah, different scenery. We've swapped it up. We've moved it around this time.
We've got big lights in our eyes.
Yeah, big old light shining on our faces. But we're a more professional outfit now, because after our first episode went number 1 in the world, so now obviously we're big deals. But
how do you feel about episode number 1?
it was good. I liked it a lot. I to be fair, and I didn't think I would as well, but I even played it back, like, even though I knew what was going on, I played it back quite a few times, like, on my own, just to listen to it and stuff. So I was quite, like, when we put it out, I was a bit, like, nervy almost about it.
Really?
I
I got good feedback from it. Listening to myself was the weirdest thing, because I say like too many times, and I'm like critiquing myself. Let's do it there as well. But it was cool, like you say, to hear ourselves back, and to hear the way we interact. It's like.
But cool. We got a lot of, well, I did anyway, like you say, you did as well. We got a lot of good kind of feedback from it, and people said it was good. It was what we wanted it to be, nice and comfortable and casual, nothing too crazy, nothing too scripted, just a good bit of fun between two jolly old mates.
We're now going into lockdown 2.
Lockdown 2.0.
4 weeks, supposedly.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
What are your plans? What are you going to do?
Well, same as last time. I'm going to chill, first of all.
Wake yourself to sleep.
I'm just going to relax. I'll probably play some computer games, watch some films. Last time I had a film list.
A film list?
A really good film list.
What was on the film list?
All sorts. But I'm more of like an
Good,
action.
I asked for specifics.
No,
what was
I
on
would
the
say
film
I'm
list?
more of like an action, like a Batman. I think I had some Jason Bourne on there. I had 007. I like a bit of action.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah, bit of this, bit of that. I also like actually, this is the biggest thing in a film for me, is if it's got a switch. If it, you know,
What do you mean
have you seen the film Arrival?
Yes.
Okay, if you haven't seen the film Arrival,
yeah.
you need to watch
It's the
Arrival.
one with the big floating eggs.
With the big floating eggs.
Yeah, sick film. I love that film. I watched it with a girl one time,
Leonardo DiCaprio?
and it pissed me off that she was like grumpy about it, and I was like, "This is good," and she was like, "Oh no, it's not even good." I was like, "Get out! Like, what's the point then? Shut up! This is brilliant."
Watching, that's just a thing. Watching boys' films with girls.
Yeah,
and watching girls' films with boys is just a pointless.
Yeah,
but we try and make it
they
work.
hate it.
Because I took Charlotte to the cinema to watch Tenet, and oh my god, Tenet, incredible.
Yeah, you said it was good. I remember
Crazy.
you coming out saying it was good.
So, what's it? Inception? Is it Inception?
Yeah.
Leonardo. So it's like that, but on steroids.
Yeah, everyone
and just the
said
whole
it's worse.
time, Charlotte turned to me after 10 minutes and she tapped me and she said, "What's going on?" And all that had happened is
What's going on?
they were just explaining
Phil,
the story.
What the fuck's going on?
What's going on? So she didn't enjoy it one bit because just doesn't know what's happening.
Didn't get it and couldn't follow it.
Crazy. But Arrival and Inception, like the films where
there's something that throws
like,
you on your head. Yeah, I got you. I like films where you have to figure it out a bit.
When the thing is twisting on the table at the end of Inception, I was like, I fully think that she was right and she's gone back. Do you get the idea of that?
I think he's out of the dream.
I think
he made it through.
Yeah, no, but okay. So this is the thing, right? Do you get it? Because there are levels, so you keep going deeper into the dream, don't you?
Yeah. I think he's out.
And there was a point where she killed herself to go back, and he's like, "No, this is real life. Why have you killed yourself?" And they made it all tragic because she was dead now. But when he twists it at the end, it makes you wonder if he's the one that's still in the dream and she was right
of course.
all along.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
But my thing was, it started to waver a bit.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to go. Because if it just stayed, it wouldn't waver at all, would it? It would just stay.
Maybe it was just wobbling.
Nah.
Because sometimes.
Yeah, it's wobbling because it's going to go. And if it goes, that means...
I just hope that she was right, because that means she's still alive and he's still alive, but all he's got to do is die to go back to her. Yeah.
No, I think he's...
You think he's
I think he's out.
Because
they said that's the whole point of the...
His kid's face, didn't he?
Yeah. They said that's the whole point of the like, what do they call them?
The Twizzlies.
Yeah, like,
Or
the geezer
his
had like a
Twizzlies.
chess piece and one had the like spinner thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is to know whether you're in or out. So then you can't just like be like...
I wonder if there are girls that actually like those kind of films.
Yeah, of course there are.
I haven't met one.
I haven't found many yet.
I always end up watching like Love Actually and
Yeah, shit like that. Love Actually, Sam
Mamma
Crimp,
Mia.
Hugh Grant. Sam Crimp is Hugh Grant.
Mamma Mia I've watched. Actually, to be fair, I took my girlfriend to see Mamma Mia. That was our...
Yeah, birthday thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one you
Smashed it.
messed up.
Why did I mess that up?
Oh, no, George messed it up. Was it that one?
Yeah, it was a surprise. And George...
Surprise!
Yeah,
Oh,
surprise.
shit.
Yeah, she already knew. Hey ho. You can't win them all.
Good. So what else you got going on with your lockdown then? What's the plans?
I think... Well, I want to keep training, but it's not going to happen. Because I'm not allowed in the gym. Yeah, I can train at Charlotte's, but it's not the same because... So last time I came back and I just felt weak.
You was pretty weak. Like, I was really strong and you was pretty weak.
I'm limited to whatever dumbbells we've got. So there's only so much I can load myself, and the reps you just like.
But you are overall you are pretty weak though, so it's all right. It's not too bad. Obviously, I've overlapped you quite far now because I was a genuine athlete and trained all the way through, whereas you like copped out for a.
Well, I'm not allowed to, but when you make somebody into the person that they are.
Oh, you love this one.
No, because you have to remember when we met, you were a nobody, and I taught you everything that you know. I taught you how to move.
I know.
I taught you how to chat to the cameras.
You've never spoken to a camera in your life.
I'm talking to one right now. Hello. Hello. But that's like, I taught you how to move, how to hinge, how to squat.
All right, so you taught me how to like train a bit.
Yeah.
That's it. I gave you genuine life skills. But like we were saying before all this kicked off that I was the one that put you together. You and your missus. I stitched you up because you was like, oh, I don't know what to say to her. I was like, I like her, but
you always do.
And then like, and I was like, look, mate, just like chill. You're a nice guy. She's a nice girl. If you just like be casual and chat to her, I helped you out. I got you through it. And I had some conversations where she was like, yeah, he's nice, but like he's a bit like, he's a bit sheepish and that. And I was like, nah, but once you get to know him, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
okay. With the cameras that are here, you don't have to be like this. When I've been in past sort of relationships, you have always been a guiding hand. However, I don't think that was the case for this one.
Nah, I did. I helped you in a bit because there was a funny period where I was dishing advice.
Yeah.
Do you remember after a certain event? Do that quickly.
Right, back in the room.
I put out a little Q&A thing about some different ideas, different topics and stuff, and someone came up with a good one because you are extremely like upper class. You're from a nice little part of town. You've had a good upbringing. So someone suggested that
just to clarify,
what?
I did grow up very well. I did everything I wanted, but I wouldn't say upper class. So I was very middle.
Upper middle.
I was more upper than you, but I was.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, but I didn't go to private school, so that probably puts me in middle.
Nah.
Not that I'm disputing it. I think I had a great upbringing.
This
What the I have no idea what's going on.
So when I put it out, someone said to me, test Phil with some slang terms. Okay? So
I'm going to be good at this. I've spent a lot of time with you. It's the bunda.
Again, you said it wrong. Well, I'll give you it.
Do you know what a bunda is?
Oh, of course I do. I taught you because you're running around saying it in the gym and you don't even know what it means.
I do know what the bunda is.
You do now, but you didn't then.
What is it? It's the batty.
Oh, yeah, the batty.
It's the batty.
See, but even how you said that. Guys, the bunda, it's the batty.
No, it's what you call a big bum.
Okay.
It's a bunda.
So
what are you gonna list off?
1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6. 6 is easy.
Slang words.
So I'm just gonna give you a slang word, and you're gonna have to because I think that gives it away as well. Because the context I'll put them in will you could near on stick anything in there. Right. Like if I said, she had a big pair of lampshades, you know what I'm talking about. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can say anything. Like you could go, she had a big pair of windowsills. Like you know what I'm on about.
Yeah,
so
fair. Okay, come on then.
First one.
I might need some help.
This is pretty easy as well. Shegged. SHEGGED.
Well, off first instinct, I would assume it's sexual.
No.
But it would be too close, so it wouldn't be a very good slang word. Yeah. So shagged, I'm gonna mean, you got shagged, like you got done over.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But,
it's more like bumped, but yeah, like it's like.
You've been shagged.
Oh, mate, he shagged you. Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. Shagged.
Okay. Next one.
So it's kind of like shagged, but not really.
No.
Like, oh, you've been shagged.
Well, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I guess.
a little bit.
Maybe.
Okay, go.
Clapped.
Oh, that's no, I know clap. Oh, that's clapped. Oh, that's rubbish.
No.
What? What? You're clapped. That's a saying, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Like you're like, I don't know. You say, oh, you're,
Well, you can't say I don't know. What is
it's
it?
like you're wrongin'. You're
No.
clapped.
Mm.
Or you've got an STI.
No. That's so specific.
That's how I'd use it. If I think like, oh, somebody's like, oh, if you're clapped.
Well, yeah, but saying someone's got the clap and you're clapped that's a different thing.
You're clapped. Just like I'd say you're wrongin', not right.
Ugly.
Okay, fair.
If someone's clapped, they're ugly. Like, Phil's clapped.
There's another word for ugly, isn't there?
Butters.
Peng and bun.
Butters.
Butters. God, I'm so good at slang.
Next one. Skeng.
Skengman. Mr. Skengman.
What?
Mr. Skengman?
That's not a thing.
Skeng. Wicked Skengman.
Stop
I'm
just
putting the
stop
words
just
together
quoting
and see
Stormzy
what-
stuff and thinking you know what it means.
Skeng. No idea. Like road?
No.
Does it mean like hood? Road?
No.
Skeng. No idea.
Crazy. So you could say like,
That's not a thing.
yes it is, shut up. You
Skeng.
don't know.
Why is he called Wicked Skengman?
I don't know. It's like people just change stuff around, but skeng means like crazy.
Okay.
So like, she caught me cheating and she went skeng.
Oh.
Or, yeah, like he dropped my phone and cracked the screen, so I went skeng on him.
No way. I've never heard that in my life.
Skeng.
Skeng. Well, that's the first loss.
I don't know. I don't know if you really got
I got
clapped.
shagged and clapped.
Clap's a bit
Go, next.
half point. Piff. This is easy.
That's piff. That's
Easiest.
sick. That's piff. It's so good.
I'm not giving you these half
so
points.
good. It's like, yeah, that's like great.
Okay, yeah, I'll give
Yeah,
it to you.
it's like, oh, piff.
Yeah, okay. It's just a good up.
Yeah,
so like,
it's very good.
that food's piff, so it tastes nice.
Yeah.
Or she's piff, so she's attractive.
Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. Last one.
I got two more. Clart. Or / clarting.
Like blood clot.
No, that's why I gave you the clarting.
Not blood clot. Oh, that's clarting.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
No.
Clarting could be like blood clot. Like, really-
Hey, you're whispering.
I swear. it's-
Blood clot to
Well,
yourself.
it must be similar. No.
No.
Clarting. Like cheating.
No. A couple more. Anything else?
Clarting. Oh, like, oh, you're clarting. Silly, you're silly.
No.
Go.
Sex.
Clarting is sex.
Yeah. So, yeah. I want a clap. Like, I want to bang you.
So why blood
Or
clot?
all I want to do is, like, that girl's nice. What do you want from it? All I want to do is clap.
No way.
Yeah.
So blood clot is not to do with that.
No, that is a thing, but it's not to do with that.
All right, move on. These ones are rubbish because they're impossible.
No, not.
Because I know blood clot and clapped.
Oh,
What was
so
the other one?
because you know too. Piff.
Piff. Oh no, I did know piff.
Last one, simp.
Yeah, you're a simp. Yeah.
What's that? You can't just
No,
say
no,
that.
no,
you
no,
can't just go,
actually-
yeah,
No,
you're a
no,
simp.
I
Got that
know,
one.
I
I got that one, didn't I?
No, I actually know what this one is. It's if your girlfriend's like telling you what to do, then you're a simp. As in, like, you just do what you're told.
Yeah, okay, I'll
Yeah.
give you that a bit.
Like if your girlfriend wears the boots.
If you're just too easily
yeah, like, oh no, I'm not going to see the boys. I'm seeing my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then you're a simp.
all right, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
I don't know why I know that.
You know that one because you are a simp.
I'm not a simp. I'm not a simp.
I'll tell you what, you did much better there than I thought you would.
I know a few of them, but do you know most of them I only actually know because of watching people play games online, and I just hear them say it. That's it. Have you been on Twitch TV?
No,
You need to watch it.
no, I'm not that much of a serious gamer. I'm only a casual gamer. Like every now and then. Maybe once a week.
So Twitch TV, you can go on and you can basically watch people play games. It's like the big thing now. Like, huge.
I know what it is, don't get me wrong.
So people make...
I was joking, I do know what it is.
People make fortunes.
Yeah, that ninja geezer got like mills, didn't he?
Absolute mills. They'll have like 30, 40, 50,000 people watching them, and all they're doing is just sat there with a webcam. So there'll be a corner,
I've seen him because I used to watch Dr. Disrespect. Because he's sick. He got banned for
deleted,
it.
didn't he? Yeah. But it's just because literally they've just got a picture of them in the corner and then they're playing their game. And then they just make...
Yeah. I've watched loads of him. I watched him loads when he was playing PUBG.
That's incredible.
Watched him loads. Because his like reactions when he used to die, he used to go nuts.
That's like... If you get good on that though, that's like winning the lottery. Because you can literally make... I mean, the entry is what, £1,000? PC mic.
Yeah, but...
And the webcam.
Well, hang on.
PC mic,
PC's going to be like a gaming PC.
Well, whatever. But
Mine was... Oh, I'm not going to say.
How much was yours?
I'm not telling you, it doesn't matter.
How much would you spend on it? Because you recently bought a TV for a silly amount of money.
Depends on silly.
And now you've told Sam to buy a TV for a silly amount
Sam should buy a TV and treat himself. He deserves to. There's a lockdown coming up. My boy works hard. He's always in the gym, grafting.
For everyone on the podcast, Sam put in the group chat saying, guys, I'm thinking of getting a TV. Fab's just paid like silly amount of money, £1,500 for a TV, which I think is ridiculous. You can get a nice one for 400.
Yeah, but it's just big. Like, that's not what I want. I want more from it.
And Sam's like, come on, convince me.
He was like, guys, I want to make some bad decisions. Convince me.
Fab's like, you work hard. You're in the gym all the time. I think you deserve it. I think you should treat yourself. He's like, right, I'm doing it. I'm going to buy it.
I'm not the friend to go to like talk you out of doing something that you think might be like, not ideal. I'm the friend that goes, yeah, fuck it, do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on a diet, but I might get Nando's or McDonald's. I'm like, treat yourself, man. Go on, do it. Just treat yourself. Don't come to me with any sort of like responsibility type stuff. Like, I'm not there. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to lead you down the bad path.
That is kind of what lockdown is going to be for people, though, isn't it? Just like
a month off.
A month and just
everything.
Chill. Especially for people that work in gyms and stuff, because they've just been shut down. My aim with lockdown this time is to pick a new challenge.
Such as?
So...
What was your old one? The nasal breathing?
Yeah, so... Okay, this is going to go a bit of a tangent now. But
when you slept with your mouth taped up?
Always throughout my... Well, actually, okay, let me go all the way back. With my first girlfriend, I used to, as you know, travel to see her.
Ridiculous.
But when I was there, I'd always go to the gym every morning, and she wasn't really that into it. Anyway, I would gym, she wouldn't go. And she would always be like, what, you're only here for a few days, we're seeing each other, why are you going to the gym? I was like, it's just something I do, always go to the gym, it's like part of my day, I enjoy it. And her mum would say to me, why do you go to the gym? Like, why is it such a thing for you? And I never really cared about it, because to be honest, I don't really care that much what people think. Yeah. But afterwards, I was thinking about it, and I was like, why do I actually go to the gym? I was like, it's quite weird, isn't it? Like, I asked myself that question of like, why do you go to the gym? What does it do for you? So then when you're doing it, you're like, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
If I didn't do it, how would I feel? So like, always now, as I'm living through my life, I just try and experiment with different stuff, because like, for me, I like the gym. It makes me feel good. Try and do it often. So like, when I go through life now, I just experiment with extremes. So you will have noticed, like, one of the ones I've done in the past is like getting up at 5 a.m. every day.
Oh, I do remember when you was going through that, actually.
And then I did one where I didn't masturbate for a month.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
I did one...
You tried to convince me, and I was like, no.
I didn't actually manage the month, but that's a different point. I can't even remember what other ones did. I tried to read a book, like read 30 pages every day for a month. I don't know, I just do like these weird challenges, and they're always extremes, because they're not something that I would keep up forever.
But it's just to see if you can...
But it's just to see if I can do it.
Control yourself that
much. It's like
a
massive control thing, but also it tells you a lot about yourself and what that thing does for you. So like, for example, if you don't masturbate, it tells you like what it does for you. So this sounds crazy, but seriously, if you don't, like for that week, I lasted 10 days.
Is that how long you lasted?
10 days.
Oh,
And
mate. I thought you at least did like 2 or 3.
No, 10 days. But I
Week.
I did 10 days, and I think I did 7. And then it kind of...
Just back to fucking fapping off daily.
But as a 21-year-old lad, that's incredible, first of all. And also, after 10 days, every single girl I saw, I was like, whoa. Like, it sounds...
Yeah, like this brings it straight to Miami.
Yeah.
Where we was staying there. So
we went to Miami for one of your sparring, Hergovich, wasn't it? And I was out there for a week. You were out there for 4 weeks, weren't we?
Yeah.
But I went out there with you for your first week. I don't even know why we did it.
Because I said I was going anyway, and you just wanted to come, and there was a spare room.
I don't know why we didn't masturbate.
Because we were in the room together. There was nowhere to go, really.
Yeah, I mean, we could have though, just in the toilet or whatever.
Well, yeah, but I think we just decided, like, because it became a thing after about a day or two. We was like, "Oh, I haven't had a wank," and then we was like, "Fuck it, let's just see how we can go."
all the girls listening are probably like, "This is weird. That's not right." It's tough, isn't it?
But I know some girls that like
need it as well.
Yeah, that masturbate daily.
I don't think it's the same for girls at all.
Definitely. I don't think the urge is the same. No, like with men, you literally go near on like primal.
Doesn't it?
Like you feel there was the point where I realised it had gone too far. It's like we were having like some small conversation about something, and either you disagreed with me or something, and I snapped quickly, like angrily, and I stopped for a second. I was like, "Hang on!" I was like, "This is not like I'm in a different space at the moment."
Yeah, because usually we're both horizontal, and we were in the room together just chilling, and over the course of the week, it's like
the angst
you're like, "Oh,
was
Phil,
building and
Phil,
building.
Are we getting lunch? Nah, I'm not getting lunch, Fab. What are you not getting lunch for?
That was literally like that, and we both just came to a point where we was like, okay, we're a bit like on edge here.
Crazy, but it comes for me. It gets to the point where girls that I don't even find attractive, I'm like,
yeah,
what? I've had sex with you.
Like something in you's just like firing, going, yeah, go on.
And it's just your body is like going crazy. It's weird.
This
is
really
weird.
A massive thing that this was a topic I wanted to bring up as well. Was the post-nut clarity thing. There is a genuine, real thing like that. I don't know if there's a way to ever, like, pin it down, measure it, whatever, but it is a real thing. Like, I am a different person from, say I hadn't had a wank for a day or two, than if I am probably 12 hours following a wank. I am two different people. And my views on stuff and just towards stuff is very different. Like,
okay, I've got 2 questions before you go any further.
Here we go.
1,
Stitch.
how often do you wank?
Daily.
That's important. Daily?
Daily.
More than daily.
Every now and then.
Twice in a day.
But not very
Mostly
often.
daily.
One a day is my thing.
Second of all, do your opinions on everything change or just on sexual things?
Nah, not everything, but there are other stuff away from sexual things. Like I could just be in a bit of a grump, and then like I'll have a wank, and I'm a lot more chilled now. I'm just a lot more relaxed. It's like times in the past I've like been grumpy, and I've been like, you know what, just bang out a wank, and then you'll chill out a bit, and then like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, well, I feel that way about like everything. If you can't sleep.
That's when I use it just before I go to sleep. That's my like, you know, people like take pills and that to go to sleep and that. Mine is have a wank, like before bed, cheeky wank, sleep.
This is gonna go out to everyone.
Yeah, I don't care. Everyone, I don't care. Everyone has a wank. Like, what are you on about? And if you say you don't, you're a liar.
So many girls say they don't wank, and I just never believed it.
I don't think they do it to the same kind of
level.
Or just consistency, maybe, that men do. I think they have to be in a different mind frame, a different space where they feel a bit spicy in themselves. Whereas men could just like
they're feeling a bit spicy in themselves.
No, if you're a geezer and you get like a random like quick half an hour where you know you're going to be alone, you lay there literally and go, could have a wank, could I? Like, It's a thing. It's a real genuine thing, and I know it is because I've spoken to a lot of people about it. Where like they just like, even if like you live with your girlfriend and she's like, I'm just gonna go to the shops, and you know she'll be half an hour. You lay there and you go, can I have a wank?
Yeah.
Or just like, or you still live at home with your parents or whatever, and your mum's like, yeah, I'm going out with Tracy to walk the dog, so I'll be gone for an hour. And you lay there as a kid and go, I can bang out a wank.
Well, okay, so this gets bad because I'll have days. I can't.
Go on, do it, because I'm in. So jump in the boat with me.
I'll have days where I know I'm going to see my girlfriend in the evening.
Yes, I know exactly where you're going.
And it's like middle of the day, and I'm like, I could just like,
yeah,
because you know I'll probably have sex
exactly where you're
later.
going.
I'll just wait, and I'm like, nah, just have a wank.
Yeah, I know.
But like,
exactly
I'm like, yeah, I'll do both. Not in that like I don't have sex. It's like I'll just do both.
Yeah. See, I'm at a different place where I don't. If I'm like, I'm gonna have sex later, I'm like, I can't have a wank because I won't be having sex later on.
Oh really?
I'm out. Like
you stop.
I'm not there. You're a young, sprightly chicken. I'm an old man now. I'm like,
you passed it.
One and done, mate. I'm off.
It.
Give me one in 24 hours, and I'm like, time out.
To be fair, you look like you're gonna settle down in the next couple of years.
Okay, you're going too far.
You're gonna settle down. You're gonna get a cocker spaniel, move to the Cotswolds.
Oh, a big dog.
Settle down, do.
Yeah, I want a big dog.
On the topic of talking about this stuff, because we're never going to live it down. This is what I thought after the last podcast, okay?
What?
Now that we've put this out, it's in the digital sphere.
Usable forever.
It's just there. Okay, have you heard of Mr. Beast?
No.
He's a YouTuber. And what he did was, he's huge now, but he put a YouTube video on YouTube 5 years ago, and he made it secret so nobody could see it, but it was made to publish in 5 years. And he said, in 5 years, when people see this, I'm going to have 10 million subscribers. And then when it published, he had that many subscribers. And what I think is like how mad that he saw himself in that time.
Like that.
And when we put the podcast up, I wonder when we listen back to it in like...
When we've done like 50 or 100 or whatever, and then we go, what the fuck was he waffling about in the first one?
In like 4 or 5 years' time, if we listen back to it, we could have like... You could have a wife and kids.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah, but
you could have a house.
Everyone has a wank. I'm not having it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's not even that. I'm just saying, like, in perspective.
Anyone in like relationships, all right, have a conversation more so, or women to men. Ask your male partner, like, about how much he wanks. If post-nut clarity is a thing, like, and I bet you it's like 1,000% all the way through. Everyone's got it. It's just. We can't hide from it, people. It's just there.
Well, in that, if you're not masturbating, you should be.
Yeah.
True. For girls especially.
I can't speak for women.
I can speak for women.
Can you? Can you?
Well, all I would say is that like I feel like for girls it's less explored. No, that sounds bad. I can't speak for women, but do you know what I'm saying? I feel like for girls it's less explored and it's less accepted or common.
Yeah, because like. Men will like go, I had a wank last night. And everyone's like, me too. Like, yeah. Like but it's proper normal and casual. Whereas women, I guess they don't do that.
Yeah, maybe not everyone. Maybe I'm just generalising, but I feel like it's less.
The number of women that I've spoken to about things like that, and that they do masturbate on like a regular basis or quite just casual with it, is very few in the large to the ones that are a bit like, don't really do that. Like some of them don't even really like it, and that baffles me as well. But
yeah,
don't know how.
Maybe it's just less of a thing for girls. I'm not sure.
But yeah, that was a nice little wanking tangent. Anyways,
we talk about wanking, but no. My point was when we look back on this in 5 years' time, we could be anywhere, but we'll look back on our conversation now, and we'll know the people that we were then. That we are. This is like getting confusing, but the people that we are now,
Inception.
And we're like. That's odd.
Yeah, to look back at yourself. I even do little things like that now, even with boxing. Like when I watch like a fight back from like 2 years ago, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck was I doing?
Why was I doing that? Why was I doing that?
What's going on there? And then even now, I'm like, wow, that's like, it's even over that short a space of time, it's funny to see like that change and just how much of a different person you were. Like, even if you think back to how your life was, just on a general basis, like say 4 years ago,
even pre-COVID, it was only a year ago.
Well, yeah, even that, like when we look back at kind of this year, 2020 and everything, of just how mad it was, like if you remember like the beginning of the year, how normal shit was, 2020 was supposed to be like everyone's big year, Rona turns up. Next thing you know, we're all sat there in the pants we've been in for 3 days, watching Tiger King and tweeting about it. Or like Tiger King at the beginning was like that was life. Like everyone was on about it, watching it, blah blah blah. Like it's just so weird to think like that was only like what 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Just how weird times change.
Although people adapt, don't they? Because I think going into this lockdown now, I feel much more comfortable. First of all, because I feel like we've done it, and second of all, I'm kind of looking forward to it. That sounds bad.
I do know some people like that are just looking forward to the break.
I didn't mind when we were in the lockdown. It felt to me like everyone had this epiphany about time and how there's more to life than working.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Yes, come on, people.
We've all been enlightened. We're all going to change. You know, when we go back to normal, everyone's going to spend time with their families. You know, you see your loved ones, and then as soon as we're allowed back, including myself, just
zoom straight back to normal.
Straight back.
Because you know what I think it was? It's because we'd felt like, but we just need to catch up first. Like, I just need to make back some of that money I lost, or I just need to catch up on all that work quickly, and then we can get back to normal. And I think nothing ever really got back to normal. We inched closer and closer, and then we were like, boom, another lockdown, or like, boom, tier system now, and you got to do that. And I feel like we did all have that epiphany at the same time of like, like walking the dog is actually alright. Like,
no,
and
I disagree.
Just sitting at home with your family and that.
I think if we didn't have a second lockdown, we would still just be carrying on normal, just keep going. Like I don't. As soon as people were allowed back to work, I don't think anything changed from before lockdown. Like, does that make sense? As in, what I'm trying to say is like when we were in lockdown, we thought we'd take things from that into our normal lives.
We'd come out of it and be like, almost like not new people, but we'd have a new perspective.
But nobody did. We just get back in the rat race and you just go again. And I was the same. Like, I just go. I'll do this hour here. I'll do this hour here. You know,
You are doing less though.
Yeah, definitely.
You have trimmed off a bit compared to what you were doing before.
Massively. When I first started, I was crazy for it.
Yeah, crazy busy.
Odd though. Thinking about that the other day, I used to start on a Sunday at 7 a.m. and we used to train until 8 p.m. on a Sunday. Like, not even a thought. I'd just go through. But I just don't feel that way about it anymore. I
remember like when we were trying to book our sessions in and like looking at your diary and stuff. And there was just no gaps really. And I was like, how we go here? He was like, I need to eat. That means I do 5 hours of like not leaving the gym. What are you on about? And I was like...
Yeah, you were like, just go.
I was like, all right, mate, just go.
You can do that though.
Get someone to bring you lunch.
I think I need regular eating intervals. In the summer, I'm fine. I can fast and I can just go straight through. That's going to be my next challenge. No, I've done the fasting one. I've done 16 and 8 fasting. But I want to try a carnivore diet.
Oh, yeah, you said this.
Yeah. I think I'm keen on it. It's very out there, but all of them are.
Is it literally pure?
It's pure meat. So it's steaks, chicken, or it's animal produce, eggs.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Steak.
So like
steak chicken, eggs. That's about it.
But it is
butter.
Cheese?
Butter. Cheese, yeah. Animal produce. It's kind of the opposite of the vegan.
What's made you want to do a carnivore diet? And why? Explain a carnivore diet. So I want to know, because I don't know either. All I know briefly is that Joe Rogan did it for a bit, but I don't know why. I don't know the details. So I want to know kind of about it.
Mainly, my opinion on everything for everyone is that you should listen to what people say, take it in, and then make your own decision on it, and just try stuff. Yeah. So like, try vegan, try this, try that, try that, try that. But for me, I feel best when I'm eating lots of meat, and I feel the least fatigued if I don't eat carbs. So if I have a big cut, like my best way to describe it is, and because I'm very aware of it, you know when you have your Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, I don't know, people have different times, but normally for us, afternoon, you've stocked up on alcohol, you're a bit buzzed.
Yeah.
Christmas dinner comes out, you start smashing plates, and it gets to a point where you just feel like your eyes are closing.
You feel heavy, and everyone's a bit bloated, got their belly and that.
And you feel like you can't really move.
And then everyone goes and sits down in the front room, and everyone's a bit like, oh.
Yeah, that's what carbs feels like to me. Not on that level, but like moves up. So
in that family.
And I get a massive slump of energy always when I eat lots of carbs. So my thought is, if I just eat lots of protein, and there are people that have done only protein diets, there are ways we can make energy just putting protein in the body. So it'll be interesting to give it a try. There are a couple of loopholes and things that I have to...
Have you looked into it at all?
Yeah. There are things I have to supplement.
What? Supplement what?
So
this is like veg and stuff. What about that?
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
Multivitamins
And things like that.
Yeah.
So
do you take multivitamins at the moment?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
I don't. The only thing I supplement at the moment is CBD, which I really like.
Oh yeah, I gave you the gummies,
Yeah,
didn't
I'm taking the gummies at the moment. That I enjoy those. I think they're really easy to consume. I tried the
drops. You didn't like them, did you?
Do you still do the drops?
Yeah, I find the drops the best thing. Because you can get the highest dose and it's just boom and just...
I have to have about 50 gummies.
This is what I mean. This is what I said to you. Because they're like 20 or 30 mg.
Yeah.
Whereas the droplets are like, I'm up to about 6,000 mg now.
Do you feel it?
No. But I know it when I wake up the next day.
Same.
Like, the only way I explain CBD to someone is that, like, it's not... There's no feelable effects from it. It's not like smoking weed that you like feel a bit lightheaded or feel a bit drowsy, whatever. It's you take them.
I've never smoked weed. I don't.
And then when you wake up the next day, I always describe it as I feel like I've had a better sleep. I didn't fall asleep any quicker, or I haven't slept any longer. I just feel like the actual sleep itself was better, more solid.
Because of how you wake up.
Yeah, because I don't wake up. You know when you wake up in the morning, you feel like groggy and like your eyes are barely open. You drag yourself and whatever. Don't get me wrong, it's still there, but it's a lot less. I feel a lot more just alert. I feel like, you know how you can feel like your body is slow, as you're waking up, it is slowly waking up and things are switching on and the lights are coming on upstairs kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like all of that happens a lot quicker.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about sleep. Like crazy. I can't believe how many, especially like middle-aged adults, just don't sleep. Like if people have got, like obviously if you've got kids,
it's difficult.
It's difficult, but
sleep more, bro.
You have to sleep.
Best thing for anything, sleep more, bro.
Yeah, there's a book called Why We Sleep. Matthew Walker. Read that.
Is that the podcast guy?
Changed my life. He was on the podcast. Yeah, he was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
If you don't like reading, he does a podcast with Joe Rogan.
But he talks about sleep and how if you do 6 hours of sleep for a week, 6 hours of sleep a night for a week, which is what most people do, like if you're an adult, then your driving ability is as good as if you've just had like 8 pints of alcohol. It's insane because your sleep just builds up and you're sleep deprived over that whole time. And you think that's a week. If people do years like that.
Well, I remember another thing he said was that you can't make it up either. You can't get it back, kind of thing. Like over a 24-hour period, whatever sleep you got in that 24-hour period is your sleep. You can't think, I'll get 6 that night, but then I'll be alright because I'll get 10 the next night. That's not how it works. That night is still gone, kind of thing. And that to me, because that's how I used to do mine. I used to be like, even if I do only get 6 that night, I'll get like 10 the next because I'll stay in or I won't set an alarm. Rah rah rah.
Yeah.
So when I learned that as well, I was a bit like, take it a bit more.
Well, you notice it if you don't get enough sleep. You just feel like you're going to be ill or like you like. For me, probably because I'm more notice it more. But like
you're so known for that. Like even in the gym, that like if you've not had a good night's sleep or if you're feeling a bit ill, you're like, I'm out, guys. Like I'm not about.
I won't do it.
Cancel it. I'm done. I'm off.
I won't do it. We spoke about that on the last one with Will, didn't we? He's like, I didn't sleep very well. I'm going to cancel it. Go. That is actually I'm so impressed by that.
Yeah. I don't have that much of a, like, I'll still crack through. I don't think I'll ever get to that point.
I speak to clients and they're like, you don't understand it yet. And I'm sure I probably don't. But like, they're just like, you don't understand it. There are times when you just have to turn up and you just show up and go.
Yeah.
And there are things that I would turn up and go for, but I don't think £40 is that.
Is that, to be fair.
You know? And
fair.
Maybe that's a mean way to say it because there's somebody waiting on the other end, you know? But for me, like, I have to train lots of people and like there are lots of people that I have to look after, and person number one is myself because otherwise none of those other people
of course. Like you may skip one session, but if you may say didn't skip that session, then you're going to have to skip a week of sessions because you're ill now or something like that. I do get that, and that does make sense. That's fair. I'm not too fussed about, like, sleep was something I definitely, to be fair, a large part of it was to do with you because I never really took it that serious, like 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever. I'd stay up late, get up, whatever, just crack through. I'd feel like shit. I'd look like shit, but I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, whatever. I wouldn't actually think about, this might actually be mashing me up a bit. Like, and I noticed that when I got ill, I would get ill a lot. There was a period where I could not shake a cold for about 3 months, maybe. And I was and that was because I was,
Well, my biggest times when I used to get ill was when I'd do nights where I like didn't sleep, just ever, for whatever reason. Like if I'm up,
what was you up doing? Gaming.
Just gaming, or like if I'm on like my worst time was when I went to Iron Appa with my friends, and then we just got like no sleep for the whole week. We spent the whole week partying. By the end of it, I was just trashed.
Done in.
Trashed.
That is the other thing with them holidays. Like when you're
Have you done those holidays?
Yeah, I did Ibiza 4 times. First time I went to Ibiza, I was 17. Me and a school friend, Brett Garcia.
No, I've met Brett.
He used to train at the gym. Yeah, me and Brett.
Yeah, Brett and Luke.
Luke didn't come, but yeah, we obviously all went to the same school and that. And
did he?
Luke did. It was just me and Brett.
God.
Yeah, 17.
Bet you have some stories from that.
Yeah, we do.
I haven't done.
None I wish to share on this podcast.
I would love to do. I would love to do Ibiza.
Have you done how many? Like you done Iron Appa once, maybe?
So I did Malta. That sounds funny, but I did Malta when I was 17. That was so good.
Soft. That doesn't count. No one's ever gone. Yeah, I had a banging weekend in Malta.
No. Let me tell you. Me and three mates. We had a week at school where we had to do like an activities week.
Yeah.
And for all the years, you must have had them. For all the years growing up, you could do like paintballing, or you like.
Yeah. I get you, like PGL.
For our last one, we could basically organise the week for ourselves, and you basically had to organise like activities for your week and show the teachers that you'd organised it, so you could get let out and go. And we'd organised ours as a lads' holiday. We were like, well, we don't really want to do anything around Ipswich. Like, it's going to be crap. So we just organised a holiday to Malta. 17, but we picked Malta because the drinking age was 16 in Malta. That's why we went there.
Is it?
And I remember on the first night we got there.
I've never heard anything about this.
Have you not?
Ever?
Oh, so good. I have great memories from that. But the first night we got there, we were outside this club, and we I don't know why, but we just bottled it. We were like, what if it's not 16? What if we can't get in? What if we get ID'd? So one of my friends, who was like, guys, don't worry. We're literally the in-betweeners. He was like, guys, don't worry. He went to the corner shop and he got a cigarette. He doesn't even smoke. Got a cigarette and he lit it right outside the club, and he started smoking it, like really pulling it. I remember vividly. He was like burning it.
Aggressively, like
sucking it in. And then he just walks up to the door, chucks a cigarette down and stamps on it right in front of the bouncers, and then just walks through like this.
Like an old geezer, like, yeah.
And then we all just walked through, and then from that point on, we never got ID'd. Like, we never got ID'd on the whole holiday. But yeah, so good. So I did Malta and Iron Appa.
Which was better?
Iron Appa.
Yeah. How long was you in either for? What did you do?
5 days.
5 days each.
Have you done longer?
Week. Deathly. I think
every
night. One of them I did 10 days. Deathly. And that was when I was fully in the mix.
Pilly.
Yeah, I was doing all sorts. I was involved. I was fully involved.
I've never been into.
I had a good few years of a run, but that's why I feel like I'm comfortable with like now I go for like up to about half a year. Like for this year, I was sober up until probably June.
Yeah.
Like, and that was from like New Year's until June.
Crazy.
And just no alcohol, no nothing.
Because we sometimes talk about wanting to try things like ayahuasca and
DMT and things like that. Yeah.
Are you still interested to do that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I still want to do it. Just because I've watched so many, again, podcasts and things, and different people talking about it and stuff, and just the experience they're trying to explain. They all say that they can't put it into words, and my head like can't fathom something you can't put into words. So like curiosity.
I agree. Yeah, curiosity as well.
Curiosity is like.
How can you not explain it?
Yeah, like they're saying it's like vivid colours and shapes and stuff, but nothing you can explain. And I'm like, Well, hang on, that's half an explanation. So
The one that got me was the guy said, this isn't even close, but this is the closest I can explain. It's like being on a rocket and being shot into space and feeling like you can steer the rocket, but you can't slow it down.
I watched that one.
And I was like, whoa. That's incredible. Imagine that. And he was like, yeah, it's like the universe is your brain and you're on the rocket and you're just soaring through your brain, just flying by like ideas and memories, but you can't slow down. You just keep going.
Flying past it. Yeah.
Just like noticing it. But then you get on the converse, you get people that have bad experiences with them, and that puts me off slightly. Like, people do get messed up from that kind of stuff.
See, I've not ever, to be honest, I haven't dipped too much, but I've not heard anyone have a bad thing on it. I've had like some ones that weren't particularly pleasant, but not bad.
So the only thing,
but I guess that is the other thing, is that it kind of almost scares me a bit that once that door's open, then like when you come back to like normal life, are you a different person, or is your head in a bit of a different place? Like that, because I like me and where I'm at with everything, so like I don't want to do it and then be like
vain, but I know
something different. Like I'm just comfortable with me, myself as a person, and I'm happy with everything and blah blah blah. But then if I do it and now I start opening different doors and I question my whole life and stuff, and maybe want like I'm right on the edge of doing something big, but then I just suddenly do it and I want to quit boxing or something, like that's going to spin me. So
yeah, because you might come out of it and think, well, I'm actually boxing.
Yeah, like, I don't even like it or something like that.
Yeah, I guess, but you could say that about anything, you know? Anything in your life could happen and it could change you. I guess that's just like one that you're pushing yourself towards. As in, like, you could be in an accident tomorrow and not preempting it. Yeah. The other side of it, though, is with any drug, like weed or whatever, if you're prone to schizophrenia or anything like that, that can be something that sets it off. And I know in my family, through my mum's side, there's like my grandma's got dementia, and my mum and my auntie suffer with depression. So like, it doesn't scare me, but it's there.
It's there. You know? It's in the back of your head, like, kind of thing. And I think those little things are what make it a bit dodge, when it's in the back of your head that this might go badly. That you don't feel completely comfortable with the situation, that you're going, the back of your head, that like subconscious bit of your head's going, this could go wrong. Yeah. And you're going, like, oh shit.
Well, I'd almost certainly do it in a controlled, like, definitely. I would have somebody there that's sober and people that I trusted, like, and in a comfy place.
In a beanbag.
Because you can do it with like a shaman. Mega. That sounds good enough for me. I'm really excited to get Lewis on. I'm hoping that we can get him on at some point. I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Like, I spoke to him briefly the other day, and he said he was game to come on.
Did he? And some other guests. Tom is playing in Bermuda at the moment. Emery is playing in Bermuda at the moment. I've been watching the highlights of him on there. It's so cool.
Maybe we get them on together.
Yeah, they could do it together.
The rugby podcast.
That would be the rugby podcast. And then from there, Sam. Crimp. Yeah,
we have to get him on, because we've spoken about him twice in a row now, so I guess people need to see how much of a dick he is.
Oh yeah, for people that aren't... Because when we talk about it, we're obviously talking about people that we know. Do you think people outside of it will just slowly pick up those people, like just get to know them a little bit more?
Yeah, because I do with other podcasts, like people that they like talk about and stuff, and their mate will reoccur through stories and stuff. The ones that I listen to, they're like talking, like, I listen to the Joe Budden podcast a lot.
Yeah.
And there's mates on there
that's a rap one, isn't it?
It's about music. It's not so much rap. It's just music based. They talk about a lot of music stuff. And there's people on there that I'm like I almost like feel like I know them. Like when he says, oh yeah, like Jermaine came around again, and I'm like, oh, I know what kind of story this is going to be. I know what kind of guy Jermaine is. Like, he always does stupid stuff or something like that. So I think people will eventually like kind of pick it up, and then it'll be good eventually to put a face to a name kind of thing, and then be like, this is Sam Crimp.
When I went to your fight at Ipswich.
Oh yeah, the one at Ipswich.
Like, actually a worst moment of my life.
What?
I was sat
I know exactly what you're talking about as well. That was the best thing. That was when we were first like a good like year in, and our little like us as a like pairing just became a bit of a thing, like in the gym and on social media and stuff, because that was when we was on our phase of like always pranking each other or like just always mugging each other off?
Pranking each other.
Yeah.
It was a one-way prank.
Yeah.
I never pranked you.
All right. So you were scared of me.
So it's abuse.
I pranked you.
It's abuse.
No, but people enjoyed it.
Yeah, well that's fine.
We laughed
as
as a community.
As long as people enjoyed it.
As a community.
As long as people enjoy it, just do what you want.
Tell a shit story.
I was sat there watching loads of fights, waiting for yours to come on, and somebody came and sat in front of me, and they looked at me, and I saw they looked at me, never seen them before, and they just sat down. Nothing really happened. 10 seconds later, he span around like so far. You Field Day Fitness? I was like, what? He was like, you're Field Day Fitness. I hadn't even said anything. Yeah, I know you. You're Field Day Fitness. I was like, what?
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen you on Fab's story. You're Field Day Fitness. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm Phil.
Or I'm just Phil.
I'm just Phil.
Normal Field Day.
And people feel like he knew me, but he doesn't know me at all.
People feel like they know. I've had that from so many people that say they feel like they know you because of like our stories but like we say, we was around each other like days on end, for hours on end, just doing stuff, story after story, or gym session.
Me in that 10-second clip is not me.
Yeah, it is. You're a bellend in that 10-second clip, and you're a bellend in life. It's accurate.
It's just funny to me that people will approach me and be like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" Da, da, da. And you're gonna get that so much.
Yeah, but I'm half used to it now.
You're gonna get.
I've had it now where I'm like,
are you?
The one I get is, are you the boxer?
Really?
I'm like, bro. Yes, like whatever.
The amount of photos I've taken for you, I just find it funny.
Oh yeah.
I just find it funny.
Phil, can you just?
Do you mind if you take a photo? Yeah, no, I'll stand over here, mate. Yeah, you guys just, yeah.
You get in the photo. No, don't worry. I'll be the bellend that holds the camera.
Put a sticker on my head, say £5 a photo.
Fab's camera, man.
Get people to charge.
No, he's good. What was the other one? I had someone the other day. I didn't even see it, but someone sent me a story of someone saying, just got stopped in the street, asked if I was that boxer Fabio Wardley. Ha ha ha. I guess we look alike, or something like that. And like, I don't even follow this dude. Like someone random was
it's
just
like some ginger white guy. I think I look like him.
I think we're like twins. We look like brothers. But yeah, that is still a bit of a weird thing to me. The whole fame bit that comes with it. It's still very strange to me. It's just weird because I still feel like, because nothing's really changed for me too much. It has and it hasn't. In a profile sense and kind of eyes on me, people that know me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, that's changed. But me as a person and the people I'm around day to day, the stuff I do is all near on the same.
You excited to be famous?
No, because I've had a small taste of it already and I'm already half sick of it.
I think you'll be good with it. I think.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not, and that almost sounds arrogant or...
No.
Not arrogant, ungrateful almost.
Yeah.
And I'm not, because I love everyone that supports me and that is excited with my fights and wants to see me do well. I love all that I do. But it's just human that there's sometimes where I don't want to be Fab the Boxer. I just want to go to, as stupid as it sounds, I just want to go to the co-op, buy my drinks and whatever, or get whatever I need to get and leave without being stopped and being going. Yeah, I'm skeeting to the co-op quickly. I need to do something for 10 minutes and I need to get back and crack on with whatever. And then I need to stop and someone notices me and wants to have a 10-minute boxing conversation with me. And I'm like, I love it, I do. But just some days I'm just like,
yeah, it's tough because even though it's your job, it's why you get paid. You get money because people like follow your story and they want to see what you're doing. You can't switch it off.
No.
It's not like me when I can go to work and earn money. Yours is all the time, and it's tough. That's a tough thing because that only gets bigger. The more money that you earn, the bigger that your profile gets. The more often you get seen, the longer the conversations get. But I think you'll find ways to manage it, especially the social media stuff.
The social media stuff's fine because there's a barrier there, isn't there? I can choose when to pick up the phone, or I can choose when to reply, or I can choose to just either like block or delete that message or whatever. Whereas face to face, there's no real choice. I have to be I have to be the person you think I am now that you've seen on the TV or whatever. And don't get me wrong, it's not like it's not like it's an image or it's not me. That is me. It's just some days I'm just not into being that guy. Like some days I'm just.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Wants to be normal.
Again, it's just that all the time, isn't it? That's why all the biggest celebrities end up with like mental health problems where they've got counsellors and this and that, and horrid. At least you're a bit older and you know who you are.
Yeah,
imagine that at 14.
Yeah, I think of people like Justin Bieber and stuff that have gone through it near on their whole life. And don't get me wrong, I am nowhere, anywhere, even remotely close to that type of level. But just the small comparisons of being stopped when I do get and stuff. It always gives me a bit of empathy to understand why like these like celebrities sometimes lose it and just like they go mental or they kick off or they start like fighting with random people in the street and stuff because like it does build and build and build and build. The worst ones I've ever had are on like nights out when I'm like.
Have you had confrontations because you're a boxer?
No.
Because I've had smaller people, this sounds funny, but if you're on a night out and you're a bigger guy, muscly, tall, whatever, smaller guys have a thing about...
Small man syndrome?
Yeah, small man syndrome have a thing about trying to show you that...
They're not small, I'm big man.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, big man. No. Oh, do you go to the gym? And it's just like all the time, to the point where like I'll wear baggier clothes.
So you don't look so massive.
No, just so I don't look like I have veins on my arms. Just so because I don't want the conversation of like, oh, do you go to the gym? Like it's fucking like boring over and over and over. So for you being a boxer, do you ever get that like, do you want to fight?
No, I don't get it. Like jokingly, like from people that I already have
banter,
a borderline relation or some sort of I've met before, maybe once or twice, or even if I haven't, but. It's always been jokingly. I've never had someone seriously be like, "You're not hard. I could have you." Like, and even if they did, I'd be like, "Yeah, you're probably right, mate. You could." Like, I have zero interest in fighting you whatsoever. Like, what does that do for me? Nothing.
You lose.
I bang you out. Then what do I get? I get boxer knocks out geezer in nightclub. Rah, 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 whatever. Like, it just does nothing for me. Or if I lose, get banged out. Great. Boxer gets knocked out in nightclub. Like. Lose, mate. I don't win that situation.
That story, when I listened back to the podcast, that story of you saying when you did your first fight, you sent out a
the
post,
email thing.
If you like me, come on. I was like, that's brilliant. That
was a real thing that I did. But
on the subject of like celebrity deaths, I don't really care. Like this sounds bad, but because you don't know people, you don't care for them. You just see it on the thing. You're like, oh, this person died. This person died. But when Mac Miller passed, I was oddly upset.
See, I didn't have that with him, but I had that with Cadet. When Cadet died, I was on holiday. I was in Amsterdam, and I woke up and looked at my phone, and I was in for a good 5-10 minutes. I was in like a weird space. I was like, "Fuck."
Why?
Because like, I loved his music a lot. I loved his music loads, and I really not like.
Go on, say it. I want to say...
Related?
No, mine wasn't related because it wasn't. But I liked Mac Miller's music so much that I was... This is quite... Now that I'm saying it sounds selfish, but I was like, how much music have we missed out on?
I did think that as well.
Because now he can't make any more.
Yeah.
Or stuff that he has made, he can't put out.
I thought that as well. And the thing especially with Cadet as well, when he died, he was literally now becoming... that main guy, like that big mainstream kind of big guy, he would have now put out like a big album or a big like project or whatever that would have been his main thing. Because before then he'd put out like a few small EPs and I think one album maybe. But he'd been like doing shows and he was in Top Boy I think or something. No, Blue Story maybe. And he was just now really becoming like out there. And then he just went and I was like, fuck.
Because none of them ever touched me. Mac Miller's did, because I really enjoyed his music, and when he went, I was like, oh fuck, he's got so much more. But I thought about it with Amy Winehouse, and then who was the Chadwick
Boseman?
Yeah, and then his did as well, because without getting like, we don't want to get loads into this because it's just like a sad topic, but for him, for the black community, when he was like doing those films, I never understood it. As in, like, people would get really, like, Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah.
And that film was bang average. It was bang average.
What?
It was bang
Black
average.
Panther was unreal.
Black Panther was bang average.
One of my favourite
as a film.
Nah, unreal.
As a film, it wasn't that
Unreal.
great. But I understand when somebody said to me, "Name some black superheroes."
None. Frozone.
I was like, "What the fuck?"
Do you know why I realised there's a problem? Every like either fancy dress party or Halloween. What can I be? Nothing. Mr. T, probably. What else can I be? Nothing.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
You have to cut your
Or
hair.
you can, yeah, or I can be someone abstract like Frozone, and barely anyone's gonna know who he is.
Everyone knows Frozone. Come on.
A lot of people do, yeah. Okay, but that's it.
No, but yeah.
But he hasn't got a cool suit or anything. Or I could be Blade, maybe.
Nuts. Yeah, who's Blade?
Blade was a bad man.
But when somebody said that to me, I understood why it was so big for people in that moment, because I was like, that's fucking crazy that he was like the first big black superhero.
Yeah.
And when he passed, again, I'm only bringing this up because there was like outrage and everyone's like, oh, it's so sad he's gone. It's so sad he's gone. And like, yeah, it's sad, but like people die a lot. But he was iconic for that reason, wasn't he? That he was like the first one to do it. Really odd.
There's the thing that when people like that die, that they've had some sort of like fair point. Everyone dies. Like everyone dies. People die every day.
Yeah.
Like, but if you've done a bit more to impact someone's life or made someone feel a certain way, then you do get that extra bit of like, oh shit, we're gonna miss him because he was good to us, or he was good to the world, or he was a good, he made a good influence or whatever.
Crazy. Well, let's not go too deep down that wormhole. Maybe for another time.
We'll save that one for
Maybe
another
for
day.
Podcast.
But
Safe.
yeah, good.
How long have we been going?
Who knows? How long are we in for?
About an hour and 10.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Shitting.
We do it all the time. Just waffle for an hour. That's cool.
Hell.